If I continue, my eyes might break. If I was silent, I'll go insane. If I was just lost, then my life would be yours. So give me a name, give me something to react by. Wake me up and dance, give me something to react by. I'm a vibe out today. Hey, I'm a vibe out today. I'm a vibe out today. Oh wait, I'm a vibe out today. Hey, I'm a vibe out today. Building a fire in the savannah. Love and desire, love and desire. Building a fire in the savannah. Love and desire, love and desire. Don't let me fail you, don't let me fail you. You shaking the table, you shaking the table. Don't let me fail you, don't let me fail you. You shaking the table, you shaking the table.
Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now.
Welcome everybody to Right About Now. I'd like to begin with a poem in honor of my grandmother this Women's Month. Shout out to grandmothers. My grandmother always had dinner on the table. Even when the tyrant put checkpoints outside her door, her defiance meant that the family would eat dinner. My grandmother knew Syria better than anyone. It is the arthritis living in her knees. She had a farm whose dust she knew by name. She knew the day the peaches would be ripe and how sour a lemon was based on the rain. My grandmother spoke the language of the land that fed her. She housed families on her farm that would help till the soil, their hands colored with dirt and her hands bruised from hollowing out all that zucchini. And they built Syria with a prayer, with a meal, blistered hands, and enough food to feed the neighbors. You see, the falah, the farmer, is the one who knows the country best. It is always them to take the first bullets, and it is always him to stay behind. He knows what Syria needs when she is thirsty, knows what she will do to his body when he is buried. A farmer knows what his grave will smell like. And when the war started, even the rivers ran away. For the hands of a militant are not like the hands of a farmer. Bullet and earth cannot speak to each other, and blood will never make crops grow. And so the country stopped growing. She spent her time counting casualties, and it's hard to trust the footsteps when everyone is running. When the bombs disguise themselves as clouds, when militants talk dirty about a country whose parsley they have never even tasted. Only a farmer will convince this soil to grow again. Water in time of drought, their street dialect is the language this dirt prays in. And when they're out there cooking for all those starving people, they're using my grandmother's recipes. The regime cut down every single tree in my grandmother's farm. They ripped the pomegranate from the earth, and the lemons don't grow there anymore. And the people wonder, do these tyrants not remember who fed them? My grandma swears she's gonna write down every single recipe when this war is over. because she knows what Syria needs. We know what our communities need. We will rebuild them with a prayer, with a meal, blistered hands, and enough food to feed each and every one of the neighbors. Shout out to Mother Earth. Shout out to grandmas. Shout out to women of every array on this beautiful spectrum. My name is Amal, and my name means hope in Arabic, and I am very honored to be here today to host this women's open mic at right about now. I'd like to give a special shout out to the mastermind behind all this, who handed me the keys to this Lamborghini. So we about to drive tonight, my friends. I hope you snuggle up. I got some housekeeping stuff on my little host notes here for you. But I first want us to practice showing love verbally, right? So when you hear something you like, even if it's just like telling you where the bathrooms are, let me hear some snaps, man. Oh, snap. They also, on the East Coast, they like rub their hands together. Let's get everyone to rub their hands together. I want you to actually listen to what that sounds like. I remember once I was in a theater, there were 6,000 people in the audience. Imagine 6,000 people doing that. And that's if you don't want to get too loud. But if you do want to get real loud, let's start low. Let's start with an Oh my gosh. Let's do that one now. Oh, what? That one, that's a common one. Get out of here. All right, I want us to all collectively do our you know what I'm saying? All right, oh, what? Yes, all right. We need a little more of that. Don't be shy. It actually like brings the energy up on this open mic. If we know you're happy, we're happy too. There's an exchange that's actually happening. So I'm very, very grateful for all of you. As you know, we are at the Avant-Garde venue. Shout out to, what is the owner's name? Mariana. Is Mariana here? Where's Mariana? Give it up to the one who gave us this space in the first place. This is not something you get all over the world. We are very privileged and blessed to be here with these open mics. So thank you, Mariana, for giving us this space. We also have Lalo in the back. There are some very colorful drinks out there. Make sure you tip and make sure you drink up. And we also have tacos outside in case you get hungry. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Exactly. And we have a lineup of incredible women who are going to come to this stage to bring you story. I need more than that. I need you to give the loudest gratitude as we welcome up our very first poet on the mic. And we're going to start low. I want you to like start really slow, all right? And we're going to build it up. We're going to build it up as we invite. Are you ready? Jada Luciano!
Yeah. Oh, I love it. What's up, beautiful people? My name is Jada Luciano. Last year, I made a goal to perform 50 times by the end of the year, and I did that shit. And I'm continuing this year to perform 100 shows, and you guys are about to witness number 67. So I hope you enjoy. J, just poetry, just providing relief and peace to the mind, to your mental and my mental. The letters and words are like jazz. Dancing, prancing joyfully, they just can't keep still. Joining together to create sentences and sounds. I can be a little feisty, don't test me. Testing. Joining together, they too jazzy, like me, a jewel. Took years and pressure to make who I am just poetry. Poetry is J.A., authentic. There is nothing synthetic or plastic. I am your ace, penetrating you with my pen, admiring your eyes, adapting to the reactions and the passion in your faces. A norm, I am quite amazing. My light is your therapy. Poetry is my therapy. Poetry is JAD. Drowning in ink, drenched in black or blue. Me and the pen gang members. I always keep my two. Luciano, such a darling. Quite delicate, but put capital D. And daring dare to enter the light is right here. See, I'll see you before you see me, making a difference through every sentence. I am poetry. Poetry is JADA, angelically and poetically speaking. Constantly seeking new places and phrases while admiring you while you adore me. See, there won't always be a me to see, doing the most with the time I have. The staff can't believe a young buck took over, just embraced it. The light looks good on you. I admire you. I hope you see what I see. I thank you for allowing me to illuminate and radiate my light. Let's be amazing together. I am poetry. Poetry is JADA. Luciano. I am light. I am surrounded by light, letting you in. The woman I am didn't happen overnight. Let's say lessons were learned, bullets were bit, and a load of band-aids were used. But I stand before you, naturally leading, shining brighter than ever. Lighter than ever, feathers slowly shedding. I have evolved. I dare you to love. I dare you to laugh. I dare you to leap into whatever pool you feel God has made for you. I dare you to envision the life you want and make it happen. I can say, this is the life I've been wanting, and I'm making it happen. I'm leading. I'm loving. I am light. I am Jada Luciano. One more time for Jada. I dare you to love. You know, we have some women who came here in particular, some special features tonight who have given us their hearts, given us their times, and every individual who comes up here prepared for this. Think about the time that right about now is seeping into our lives, which, if it's all right, I'd like to plug this beautiful organization. $5 a month? Amir, tell me, what can I get for $5 a month? Only $5? That's damn near free. If you are interested in becoming a member, to become empowered, to be offered writing workshops so that you can create beautiful content, to be around artists who are literally on the same path to make beautiful work and to enrich this world, you're going to want to go to that table over there with my girl, Christina. How you doing, girl? She's rocking this amazing hoodie. How much is the hoodie? 35 or 45? That's damn near free. Damn. To become a member of this place, you will get access to a community. And that's the biggest gift of all. So make sure I will proudly represent right about now throughout the evening. And I want to invite our next poet onto the stage. Do you remember what we did? We started off slow and built it up. All right. And I want to all the way until the stage. Don't make me remind you. All right. Give it up for Julia Ordunia. All the way to the stage, baby.
All right. It's so nice and warm, nice and toasty. I just want to shout out all the ladies and thadies that are spitting tonight. But let me tell you all about the powerful things that vaginas can do. My vagina will graciously detach and shed uterine lining to utilize one day to carry a baby every single month. My vagina will also graciously detach and shed an unplanned baby if I so choose, because my vagina is always on my side. My vagina will one day graciously carry my child and expand to the size unfathomably big for a human being, and will contract to painfully shed this developed palpable mass that has been growing inside of her for hopefully 9 months. And I will hate my vagina for convincing me as a human with a vagina that it is my right and honor to create another human. My vagina is quite cunning, you see. This quick cunt will hit you so quick you won't know what hit you. She fine. My vagina will whisper all the soft, sultry, sensual somethings you've always wanted to hear. I speak about my vagina in third person to remind myself that my vagina exists. As a child, I was told my vagina was not there. My sexuality was unnatural. My desires were unwelcome. My vagina was something dirty and filthy, a secret to be kept, to be hidden away at all times, never to be called attention to, yet, better yet, pretend it's not there at all. But my vagina is tired of being told what to do. My vagina will stand up and scream bloody murder on a monthly basis to let you know we ain't here to play. My vagina will reclaim our time, protect what's hers, take her time. It is her right. It is my right. Our choice. So who's brave enough to approach this queen?
Give it up for the uterus. Give it up for the vagina. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. That was Julia, everybody. One more time for the poet. And for the sweater, might I add. It was a great sweater. I learned something really profound once in my child development class. And there is a miracle that happens that is not necessary in the West with all our medicine and sterile hospitals. And she described it as women in the Amazon rainforest, who straight up would have to be living a tribal life that is not enclosed in all of these metal cars, right? And she was saying that in the first hour of birth, and only in the first hour of birth, there is a scent that comes out from the woman's breast who gave birth to the baby. And only in the first hour of birth does the baby have the ability to crawl. Only. And the way she connected this to the necessity, she said there would be times when these women, this was studied specifically out in the Amazon rainforest, if a woman had to give birth and squat down and straight up just have her baby, the risk of her passing out, obviously, the baby wouldn't have anything to clutch. So the smell in that first hour is like a bakery in the street, she described it. And the baby who can crawl, which would be super crazy to see, actually is able to find and latch on its mother regardless of whether or not she's conscious. This is crazy. This is wild. Our bodies are designed to keep the world alive, whether or not we're capable of doing it ourselves. And that is a power beyond us. That is divinity. So give it up for the bakery. Give it up for the women and for the freaking crawling babies that are I bet you that's them somewhere on camera. I am very excited to introduce this next individual who has so much flavor to her name. And I'm going to pronounce it as I would like. And this is actually our very first feature of the night. So I want to give you a very, very warm welcome to, let's get started. Let's build it up. To Tamra Al-Qais Komen. What a name!
Hello, Houston! I missed you guys. I have been out of the city for way too long. Oh my God. So Houston is my home. Houston is my city. It's where I met the love of my life, where my parents raised us. And so, and where I found poetry. So that's huge. I first came to poetry from a slam perspective. I never did slam, but I studied slam poets. And this poem is for Afa. That is the title. It's for Afa Michael Weaver. He is the first poet that ever made me feel like I was accepted in the world. So in this city, I can forget that I do not look like my father, can escape cursed glances when he and I walk together, dark skin and white, native, black and foreign. Ooh, sorry. In America, we exist as caricatures of Looney Tunes and merry melodies, and Mama limits our Islam to praying at home. Grandma reminds us of our family's tree, deep-rooted into the soil. You may be your father's American daughter, but you are your Iraqi's your Iraqi mother's colonized child. I can only exist in harmony with perception. My code switching must be an antiquated version of my mother's tribe in Iraq and nothing more. Baba's black skin makes the neighbors uncomfortable. Are you sure you aren't adopted? Never mind your features, they become reason for battle. Change heritage when set on melanin. Do y'all come in all shapes and colors? You may be your American father's daughter, but you are your Iraqi mother's colonized child. Don't forget grandma's smiles. I cannot fathom a lie to show her my strength. And yet in the pools of her deep brown eyes, I remember that loving someone means a piece of you lives in them, and you are both the whole of that person and a stranger. You may be your American father's daughter, but you are your Iraqi mother's colonized child. Thank you.
One more time for the poet. What a beautiful piece. Thank you. I feel I'm half white too, you know, so meatloaf and hummus, and I feel you, girl. Thank you. I'd like us to bring up our next poet to the stage. The names are amazing. I want you all to build it up. Let's bring up Serotonin.
New shit. All right, make some noise if you have ever been a broke college kid or just broke in general. Y'all are gonna love this shit. So, fun fact, this is the very first poem that I ever wrote in my entire life when I was only 20. I entered it into a competition. It was literally all I had, did not think it was gonna get anywhere, and it took third place. So yeah, this is called I Want to Love You Like a Broke College Kid after Asia Sampson. Darling, I want to love you the only way I know how, like a broke college kid. I want to love you like discounted wine from H-E-B and slow dancing to our Spotify playlist in celebration of the rent check finally clearing. I want to love you like both hands on the gas pump, mine on top of yours, as we split the cost of filling it up halfway, and that's the best we can do right now, and that's more than okay. I want to love you like picking flowers for you from the garden outside my apartment in place of a grocery store bouquet, as a hand-picked bouquet is almost as special as you. I want to love you like turning off the car and rolling down the windows during late-night car dates in the middle of August because gas is fucking expensive and our mascara is running down our face, but as Olaf the Snowman once said, some people are just worth melting for. I want to love you like trips to the Froyo shop where we fill up on free samples and not buy a damn thing and connect over ridiculous Halloween costume ideas. Been there and done that on multiple occasions. I want to love you like blanket boards, hoodies, and buy one, get one Redbox movies on Friday nights because all we need to have fun is each other and the comfort of our own apartment. I want to love you like amateur fall photo shoots in October using only our iPhones and the beautiful crisp red and yellow leaves, as not even the world's greatest camera could capture your perfection. I want to love you like saving up every cent I have to buy you your favorite holiday candle that you wanted forever, because if I could, I would buy you a castle, but even though I'm not Cinderella, you're still the perfect fit. I want to love you like a broke college kid, persevering through every struggle no matter what comes our way, successful but continuing to strive for more, optimistic, content, and looking towards the future, one hand holding yours, the other one holding my degree, ready to take on this new and exciting chapter with you by my side, ready to spoil each other the way we always wanted, the way we always have. Thank you.
Serotonin, everybody. And can we get some love for love? Shout out to love, man. I need some love. We all need some love. I love you guys, and y'all are worth melting for. And I get to look across at this beautiful audience, and I think the audience deserves a round of applause for receiving all of this. All my love to you guys. I feel so bubbly and romantic. Thank you, Sarah. I would like to invite the next poet up to the stage. I come from Denver, Colorado. That is where I was born. Yeah, right? Mountains, weed, all that good stuff. But this is live. I hope my dad's not watching. But it's a Muslim thing. But anyways, I remember this was actually one of the first poets that I got to be in the audience of here in Houston. So let's give a really, really warm, built-up round of applause all the way to the stage to our dear Ageless Ambition, please. All the way to the stage.
Everybody get on now, cause you know we got to get it wrong. Mary J is in the spot tonight, and I'ma make you feel alright.
Oh, Lord. I was over there grading papers, okay? They get on me every single time because I be over here grading papers, but thank you. Okay. High school, sign language teacher, not paid enough, but I love y'all, so we here. Give me one second. When a black girl smiles, she rewrites history in her native tongue. She spills the blood of her opponents and their kin onto blue lines. Wide rule but never restricted, she becomes free. When a black girl smiles and shows her pearly whites, the white tears fill a bowl deep enough to swallow Atlantis. Her Cupid's bow relaxed just enough for you to appreciate the sass in her voice. That's the type of beautiful that you don't see often. That's the type of beautiful that you don't see in everyday life. That's the type of beautiful that stops you in your tracks. When a black girl smiles, she parts the sky with her lips. Often you know nothing of the storm that she's about to whip up, but you know that it will nourish your gardens. It will set you in your place, and somehow it will challenge you to grow. When a black girl smiles, it is often a symbol of triumph, but she does not do so often or sparingly. Normally, it is drenched in the company of other women, occasionally in the warmth of her lover, and sometimes in the midst of uncertainty. When a black girl smiles, it's just as police as a black man's body in existence. It is ruined to be traded like gold on this planet Earth long before the rapture of the Old Testament of I think it's funny how. When a black girl smiles, planted ever so deeply in the corners of her mouth are both flowers and venom, because as beautiful as it may be to the public, behind that smile is a tongue, stringing together warnings to children, spear strikingly as like a spider, silky and smooth, demonstrated in the whispers of a black mother to a wild, unruly child just like herself. I told you not to touch nothing. I told you not to touch nothing. It's a black girl's smiled, and how wild, how beautiful, how gracious is that? I said a black girl smiled is a hymnal in a Mississippi pew. It's homemade pecan candy from Sister Johnson every third Sunday. It's nestled in the hands of white gloves and hats the size of Texas itself. A black girl smile, so beautiful, so sweet. It is strength. It looks like strength. It looks like humility. It looks like shine. It looks like worthy. A black girl smile is something that the universe isn't ready for. But when she reveals it, you know that it's in due time, that God has smiled upon your life, that God has given you a gift. When a black girl smiles, the tides take notice. When a black girl smiles, you understand why they call it magic.
Wow. That was Ageless Ambition, everybody. One more time for the poet. And yo, she's over there grading papers. What is my excuse? Amazing. Your students are lucky to have you. And I speak as a woman who has been in many audiences, and without a shadow of the doubt, it is black women who have led this movement for other women in the world to learn how to love themselves, man, how to conquer despite. And it's very humbling. Thank you, Ageless Ambition. I'm about to bring up our second feature of the night. Everybody show a lot of love and some loud claps for Lachelle the Shooter.
Thank you. Ladies, y'all all right? Y'all doing good? So it's Women's History Month, and I figure like this is as good a time as any for us to like reclaim our time from some of these bum ass niggas. Y'all feel me? And I'm saying this because like I once read this study that said upwards to 80% of straight women admit to faking orgasms. That these women make conscious vocalizations in order to boost their partner's ego rather than as a direct expression of sexual arousal. They use these sounds to speed up their partner's ejaculation due to boredom, fatigue, discomfort, and or time limitations. Up to 92% of these participants felt very strongly that these sounds boosted their partner's self-esteem. And you know, it seems so fitting. Because ain't it always a woman's responsibility to deny herself for a man to crown himself royal when he really be the taco on the bottom shelf? Sacrifice for his self-esteem so he can huff, puff, call himself king, call him daddy, a master of the pussy when the only credentials he got is being birthed out of one. But anyway, further studies show that women do this because their men are so goal-directed. They won't stop until a woman climaxes. Won't stop, even if he has to force her into a climax. No wonder he thinks coercion is consent. Force be the language of boys looking to be men. Force be the only good fuck, and he got to fuck to find his masculinity. I mean, ain't his manhood wrapped up in the conquest? Can't be emperor if you ain't conquered someone's territory. Ain't figured out how to master his own, so he came looking for mine. Another common reason women do this is because we believe a man's satisfaction more important than our own. We women raised to sacrifice, to take the blame for a man's lacking, martyr ourselves for masculinity, the antithesis to accountability. So we just swallow his insecurities, moan when we mean move, endure despite discomfort as a man crashes against our cervix, searching for his confidence and our reaffirming cries. Worldview tell us pleasure ain't our birthright. So we don't give ourselves the right to sex on our own terms. You know, when I started this piece, I was prepared to talk about men only. Give them the satisfaction of resting on my tongue yet again. But I figured this be my poem, so I do not need to spite myself for their enjoyment this time. This time, I be the only one who reaches the end. I spit out my demands, swallow my fears, spit out my demands, swallow my fears, endure. This time, I be the only one who reaches the end. I swallow my fears, spit out my demands without apology. I make shrine of my body, worship her with my own hands, learn what makes her sing her own gospel. I explore this playground, uncover the treasure what's buried beneath this playground. I take back the power I once gifted in this fake orgasm. Grant myself pleasure and permission to rise and climax for real. Every time. Thank you.
That's Lachelle, everybody. The Shooter. And I believe that the poet is selling books, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? She's selling books, so make sure you go and grab yourself a piece. Oh. Wow. How much are the books? $15? Get out of here. That's damn near free. All right. Is that the book sound? I like that. Let's use that for books. One more time for the poet. That's all right. Yeah, that was beautiful. That was important, and that was facts. There was data in that poem. That was really good, man. I would like to bring the next poet up to the stage. Please, everybody, if you could put your hands together for Laura Lyla.
Hello. Jamie, thank you for inviting me or telling me about the place. New stuff. This piece is dedicated to a friend of mine that passed away from alcohol poisoning. I wouldn't know anything I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say anything I didn't know. Alcohol is an illicit drug.
Rest in peace to all the loved ones that we have lost. Real talk. Y'all want to breathe with me for a second? Yeah? There are 3 places to breathe from, and allows us to like collect. And in the religious stories of how things came to be, at one point, it is said that man was nothing but dirt, just dirt on the ground, just a vessel that was empty until breath was blown into the body. There is no life without breath. This is the spirit that we have. You can breathe in from your heart. You can breathe in from your core. The deepest, though, is going to be the belly. Let's just take like 3 breaths. Y'all down for that? To like connect with like the soul, you know? Let's do it. And you choose where you want to go, and we're just going to do 3 deep breaths, all right? When you look out into the audience, you look next to you on either side, you see a collection of human beings that have chosen to be here today. And the fact of the matter is, it tends to be pain that brings us to these environments. These are environments that are dedicated to healing. This is heavy stuff, man, but we are carrying it together. And that's profound, and that is necessary. Poetry honestly saved my life. 1000% it saved my life. It sounds so kid, but it's true. And there are places in the world where this is not allowed to happen. Spaces like this are not allowed to exist. Back in Syria, where my family was, man, even like they would come and gather secretly in private rooms. So we are so blessed to be here and to be able to mourn publicly and to be able to love publicly and to be able to be. So yeah, man, straight up. Even in our heartache, we have privilege, and what a blessing that is. I'm super excited to bring up the next poet who's she's gonna give us a little heat, I'm sure, but this is another feature that we have, and I need you to give we just reset and all, so I want you to get all that soul you just put back into your body to bring the clap up, up, up as we introduced She's So Cold.
Taking all my energy, you're stuck in my memory.
How y'all doing? So I got company today. Is that cool? So y'all saw her earlier today. I like to bring up Ageless ambition. Can y'all see Ageless? Trigger piece. Respect yourself. Scream. I'm 27 years old. I feel the scream lodged in my throat, afraid to escape, confused. Is it okay for me to scream? Why do I want to? My body has not been handled with care for years. It's not like I haven't been here before. It's not like I haven't laid in disbelief that someone could do this to me. Ignore the rigor mortis that contorted my form stiff as an ironing board. Rip my clothes away from my body while holding me close to theirs. Their ears don't hear my truth. I'm not moaning because I want to or because non-consensual sex feels good. But you're ravaging a part of my body that is sensitive to stimulation, eventually causing a glitch in my matrix, and my vagina doesn't know if the next blow is one that she should block. Yo, stop. Tighten up. Self-lubricate. Or is this one safe? I'm 12 years old. I feel the scream. I'm 12 years old. I feel the guilt churning in my belly, afraid to escape, confused. Do I tell someone? Why do I want to? Is this a truth that I have to keep for myself? Gaslight my broken spirit into believing that I could have done something different to avoid this, that somehow I made myself irresistible and my voice inaudible, so my body was a weapon and my screams couldn't be heard over the moans? Or do I let my caged bird sing and my pointed finger jab at the pupils in his eyes when they asked me to identify the perverted soul that ignored my nose? Will the jury decide that my cries would do silence? Will they believe me when I tell them that I didn't want it, or would they side-eye me and scream, yes, you did? Would they even realize that I'm not the one on trial? I'm 35 years old. I feel the fear settling in my womanhood, afraid to escape, confused. Not sure which touch is safe enough to enjoy. Not sure if making love should feel rough. Not sure if saying no while giggling is the same as saying no while screaming. Not sure if halfway through my anxiety kicks in and what once felt like hot loving relations now feels like 10,000 pins against my skin and I'm suffocating and you can't hear me because like the last time, I feel the scream lodged in my throat.
Unbelievable. One more time for the poets. Yo, she signed that whole poem, man. Accessibility. Wow. I am blown away. And there's some art in the background by She's So Cold. Absolutely. There she is. I want everybody to look at that beautiful art in the background so you know exactly where it is. And you can go by and support an Instagram shout out. Thank you. Bless you. Thank you very much. Man, there are so many women in the world who like just need to hear these stories, you know, because they have these stories. I work in mental health for Muslim youth in particular, and the feeling of being alone is one of the biggest barriers to walking into getting help. So this is one more time for She's So Cold and for the shooter. Yeah. And that's how the deaf community actually. So this is an alternative. Instead of clapping because you cannot hear, this is how an applause would look like in an audience of individuals who are hard of hearing. So can I get a round of applause? That's beautiful. All right. We have a couple more poets and then we are going to take a break. A nice little intermission there. And I would like to bring up the next poet who is a name that is known in this community. If we could get our hands together. The noise one. Please bring it up for a authentic deception. Where are you at?
How y'all doing? How many of you have heard the saying, black don't crack? I'm a black woman, and oh yes, black cracks. We just mean well, we might as well, because can't nobody, we could tell. And I admit it, I am the weaker sex, as God intended. But we still do twice as much with half the recognition. I'm a single woman, but I don't have the gift of singleness. I'm vulnerable to the black man's touch. I long for his feel and comfort. So I guess I'll be around here feeling like a slut until you make an honest woman of us. Out here losing my femininity, fighting the enemy, sometimes in my own family. Learn how to touch me so that I don't flinch. Instead of you busting me in my eye, why don't you come bust this snatch? Yes, black cracks. Because I always got your back. But you ain't never got my back. But you stay in my face until you get me on my back. Then you always want to hit it from the back. With me bent over, elbows down, ass on your shoulders. Then you try to break my fucking back. And you act like I overreact when you put pressure with all 10 fingers on the small of my back. Till that wetness talks back. Yes, black cracks. Black cracks like twice this week my car got hit from the fucking back. God damn it. No insurance. My neighbor said, I see you just let anyone hit you from the back. No respect. And when black cracks, we snap, we click, we clap back, we tap out, we go the fuck off. We cry. We holler like crack babies in shotgun crack houses with dirty doors and unlevel floors, cloudy substance in their veins, forever chasing a feeling they're too young to ever remember even experiencing. Black cracks, but our babies are looking. So we turn away and we get saturated shoulder blades or laundered shirts that are tear stained. So we can't ever let our babies see us crack. So we get good at concealing it like concealants over black eyes, hurt feelings. Hell yeah, black cracks. Black cracks like the lines up the crack of my ass. Like kiss my ass. Like cracks in your alibi timeline when I ask where the fuck you been, nigga. Black cracks like friction of two lesbians scissoring. Just cat on cat friction. Hell yeah, black cracks. Sometimes when black cracks, we nut. I'm due for a good cracking. I deserve a good cracking. Hell, sometimes I enjoy being cracked, but I bounce back. The only thing that could truly soothe a black woman's crack, just a little cocoa butter lotion, please.
Authentic deception, everybody. All right. I'd like to bring up the next poet, and then we have our final poet for the first half. What was that? If we could please put our hands together for Diana Day. Am I saying your name right? Diana Day. Hey!
The niggas mad now I made it with the women. Yes, baby. So let's just hit this one. Yeah. Oh no, let me do my name first. Okay, y'all, let's start over. Hey y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Dirty Diana PYTI. That's Dirty Diana PYTI. Nothing dirty though. But we ready. Poetry time. My time. Nah, real shit though. Like every time I get on this stage, I just do a poem and walk off, and like they only give me like what 3 minutes or some shit. That is not enough. Not enough. Like oh my gosh. But we're gonna just do what they asked me to do. So, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. For thou art is with me. Thy rod and thy staff they comfort me, but still I ask, why is it that they hate me? Is it because I walk so gracefully as if these streets was made for me? Or is it the way I smack my teeth when I give my speech, or the way I beat on my flat chest like a beast, no King Kong? I don't need no height to be superior. Maybe that's the reason why they hate me. Or is it the way I rest my head on my pillow before leaving my sins with He right after I talked it over with me? Or maybe it's because you just realize that I don't need you. The Lord is my shepherd and I shall not want. He lied me down in green pastures. He lead me by the still waters. He restored my soul. He leads me on a path of righteousness for his name's sake. No, that can't be the reason why you hate me. Is it because I sleep on silk, drink from that fountain of youth, get more rest than the rich? I'm broke, but I'm blessed when I say Jesus' name. Yeah, that's the reason why they hate me. But I don't ask why you hate me. For me, I only ask because do you not know that you're a little lamb like me? Do you not know that our God prepared this feast for you and me? No need to be greedy. Plenty enough for us to eat and drink. Why judge me by the path that got me to the feast? Do you not know that this big house can be seen from every direction? And I just came here to get my goodness and mercy. Don't need your judgment or the answer to my question. Why is it that you hate me? Thank you, guys.
Give it up for Diana. That's the Arab way we say it. Thank you. One more time for the pot. I didn't hear you clap. We have arrived to the last poet of our first half. Where is this woman? Actually, as like this, I was in need, and this woman opened her world to me. And I don't know, where are you? I cannot see you. I hope you're in the room. But dear Jamie, I don't know what I would have done without you, as I've been a crab between two shells. She is a home. Everybody give it up for the feature. Our dear Jamie Danielle. Oh, there you are. All the way to the stage. Yo!
I guess I'm a little bit taller. So the first time I ever came to right about now was Women's Poetry Night, and the founder of Right Space read a poem, and so I guess I'm here doing the same thing. If I can find it. Once, in a church made warm by the bodies gathered within its walls, I swayed with a choir while we sang a song so true. It was a spear through our own hearts, and our souls rose as our voices did. Dynamics precise. We leaned into the music to tell the congregation, I almost let go. I felt like I just couldn't take life anymore. In unison, voices anointed, we were one before the throne. So when I stepped out to solo, I just told the story in a language we all spoke. My problems had me bound, depression weighed me down, but God held me close, so I wouldn't let go. God's mercy kept me, so I wouldn't let go.
And when the choir came in behind me, I lost myself in the melody. The music lifting me, the lyrics lifting my voice, and my voice lifting the people out of their seats to proclaim, so I'm here tonight because God kept me. When I say the spirit fell heavy, I mean we rose our hands to touch the divine, and we did. A moment of perfect praise, a moment when we took our eyes off all of our problems and fixed them on the problem solver. God's mercy kept me, so I wouldn't let go. Gospel moments. God's spell moments. I can attest to being kept by God's mercy. Kept in enough hope to walk out of a marriage that should have killed me. Almost killed me. Kept with enough faith to follow God right the fuck out of the church that tried to keep me in that marriage. My breakup with the evangelical church was apocalyptic. I'm post-apocalypse. I want to know what to do with this voice still swelling my throat. These songs still swelling my heart. This soul that still calls out for God. But I look around and I'm here. I'm here.
Jamie, Danielle, everybody. Please give it up for the poet. Also, she is a community member, part of Right Space Houston, where they also, do some writing workshops and everything. So, the beautiful thing about Houston is a city of writing. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you to all of our poets on the first half of the mic. Please give a warm round of applause. Thank you to our audience members. Thank you to DJ Goodfat in the back here. We need some real claps for that. You're hosting the show. It is time, before I let you go, to take a selfie. This is the Right About Now selfie that takes place right before every intermission. And there are two ways to do this. I'm going to take one with all of you. But if you grab your phone and you take a selfie with the person you're sitting next to, I want you all to pull out your phone real quick. Let's do this together. Let's do this. And then what you're going to do is when you take your selfie with the stranger or with the friend, but why don't you turn that stranger into a friend and multiply? You're going to tag Right About Now, and we're going to do it all on the count of 3, okay? You're going to tag one poetry and avant-garden, and we're about to do this on the count of 1, 2, 3. That's the best selfie I've had in a long time. Everybody, we're gonna meet back here at 9:15. So go get yourself some pizza, get yourself a drink, use the bathroom, and I'll see you soon.
Got somebody, she is a beauty, very special, really and truly. Take good care of me, like it's her duty. Won't you ride by my side, night and day? No letting go, no holding back, because you are my lady. When I'm with you, it's alright. Girl, I'm so glad we made it. No letting go, no holding back. No holding back, no, yeah. When I'm with you, it's alright. They say, best friend, you the baddest and you know it. Uh-oh, girl, I think our booty growing. Back it the mirror, hit them poses. Best friends and you motherfucking glowing. Best friends and your wrist look like it's frozen. Uh-oh, girl, I think I booty growing. Look it up in the mirror, hit them poses. Best friend, you my motherfucking soul.
That my best friend. She a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no nigga on the dance floor. She had 2-3 drinks, now she twerking. She throw it out and come back in.
That's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, drive her own car. She don't need no lift in a strip club. No, my girl gon' tip. Now she twerking, she throw it out and come back in. Is that my bestie in a testy? Fresh blowout, skin on town, she pretty. But you look up with a T at the end. I'm a hyper every time, now my motherfucking friend. She been down since the jellies and the go-go's. Got me stepping out the Jeep and my nose. When we pull up to the scene, they be filled with honesty. If a bitch get in the D, she gon' bring the energy. Put a phone with the Z like, bitch, guess what? All the rich ass boys wanna fuck on us. His ass sitting up, could look up, touching our bad pussy bands every time we make up.
My best friend, she a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no nigga on the dance floor. She had 2-3 drinks, now she twerking. She throw it out and come back in.
That's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, drive her own car. She don't need no lift in a strip club. Now my girl gon' tip. Now she twerking, she throw it out and come back in.
My best friend, if you need a freak, ain't that what motherfuckers she would do to be. If she ride for me, she don't need a key. If you sideways, she straight and move, need a beat. If she's so bad that I just can't take that bitch nowhere. She off her fish, I said, don't go there. Bitch, break her back, she protect and attack it. And strap that and buckle, foot on neck, you know that. Whole world wanna be us. And my man, bitch, she my day one. On my way, bitch, let you get drunk, celebrate. Let's get the medicine, that's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no nigga on the dance floor. She had 2-3 drinks, now she twerking. She throw it out and come back in.
That's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, drive her own car. She don't need no lift in a strip club. Now my girl gon' tip. Now she twerking, she throw it out and come back in. Best friend, you the baddest thing you know, dude.
Baby, I loved you from the very start. Yeah, yeah. Even though I knew that you would break my heart. Yeah. And I promise the way you touch me, baby. Was like my fool to think I play nothing but two. Wish you could stay with me another day. Stay with me another day. I wish I could change your mind and make you stay. Make you say, cause I'd give anything to hear you say. I've been loving you eternally.
Honestly, if
if I tell you what you wanna know, love? There ain't another, don't want no other lover. I put nothing above ya, I kick 'em to the gutter. You try to shake me, end up loving me crazy now. Look at us lately and tell 'em who's your lady. I never thought you'd be the one, make me shine brighter than the sun. There ain't no ups and downs, no winning outs, you're here right now. If you want me to stay, I'll never leave. If you want me to stay, we'll always be. If you want me to stay, love endlessly. If you want me to stay, if you want me to stay, and I believe you. Now how you loving that? We're happy, it's a fact. Can nothing hold us back? We got this in the bag. There ain't no babies, no question, love you daily now. Look at us lately and tell 'em who's your lady. I never thought you'd be the one, make me shine brighter than the sun. There ain't no ups and downs, no winning outs, you're here right now. If you want me to stay, I'll never leave. If you want me to stay, we'll always be. If you want me to stay, love endlessly. If you want me to stay, if you want me to stay, and I believe you. I heard about this girl, they want celebrity. Me ear say she a run the road. If me ever tell you about celebrity, you woulda said I don't know what I know. She a run the road. She a run the road. Tell you say she a run the road. She a run the road. So when me step up town, you know me well clean. My Gucci on my foot, you know my shirt me. Big of a little sister, she just turned 13. Boy violate, so him get round 30. I'm a say, my face is pretty and my belly well flat. No dirty girl can chat to my back again. My face is pretty and my belly well flat. No dirty girl can chat to my back again. Me pretty, my belly stay flat, and my body well cock up. Skin stay clean, have no bite or chop up. So when dirty girl see me, them know them have to back up, back up, back up. Me just a boss, pan a girl call me look sexy. Me always take care of me body. Me just a muggle pan a girl call me look sexy. Me always take care of me body. I heard about this girl, they want celebrity. Me ear say she a run the road. Me ever tell you about celebrity? No, that's it, I don't know what's up now. She a run the road. She a run the road. Tell you say she a run the road. She a run the road.
This man don't trouble no one, but if you trouble this man, it will bring a bam bam. What a bam bam, what a bam bam, bam bam dilam bam bam, what a bam bam. They want reggaeton. Esto es lo que quieren, toma reggaeton. Toma reggaeton. You see, I know we keep my story, I always kick it back. When I bone shorty, I slap culo and listen gap. Soy el tema estrella cuando canto lo que dicen. Una nalgada en el culo, ella grita. You see, a body got a rap for his own. Let me for Ardo, San Juan, Bayamón. Soy del campo, Santiago, tabaco y ron. Allá en Puerto Rico con Bacardi y limón. And this is all that, you can tell Spanky on it. The remix to the remix with Yankee on it. Esto es un Congo, machine y con glory on it. Un reggaeton con the star and McNado on it.
A mí no me importa lo que muchos digan. Si muevo mi cintura de abajo para arriba. Si soy de barrio o tal vez soy una chica fina. Si en la discoteca te me pegas y te animas, sabes que nosotros tengamos que sudar, a sudar. Que bailemos al ritmo del tra, tra. Que me haga fuerte suspirar, suspirar. Pero para la cama digo, mira, na, na, na. Si yo quiero bailar, tú quieres sudar y pegarte a mí, el cuerpo rosar. Yo te digo, si tú me puedes provocar, eso no quiere decir que para la cama voy. Quiero bailar, ya quieres sudar y pegarte a mí, el cuerpo rosar. Yo te digo, si tú me puedes provocar.
Eso ya tiene
I'm talking about the hundreds who be rocking and knocking the road blocking. My players who be clocking and jocking you when you're silk stocking. Or a click on your dip with the curvy hips, looking kinda slick as you kicking it with your bash the click. Love your style and your smile on your child. You live in players but while and as they're checking out your profile. I'm amazed, sexy crazy, got me going through a phase. Move that ass to the rhythm of the nasty bass.
Hey, sexy lady, I like you good. Your body's ready. Yeah, yeah. I'll put it on, ceiling to floor. Only you can make me
sexy. What for your shop for the first time outside, I'm gonna tell no lie. I and I really want to forget an eagle eye like the first time I light up, forget me eye. Give me the blind, girl, you know you got to comply, though. Give me the fight, just give me the try. I'm about to shy. Come and I'll send us some fight. One thing me have to tell you is the reason why I shot the park. Give her the love because I'm well super fly, girl. Check me.
The road, why you want to yourself? When you say road, why you want to yourself? When you say road, why you want to yourself? When you say road, why you want to yourself? And there's some little prayers you can't bad up. When you see general degree, you have to shut up. Bout you a run, come this up. And the little prayers, them you are come flip up. You come round the corner in a me, you come back up. You stop from flip up and same time you shut up. The only thing you do, pass me and say one up. Cause you know you try something, you know you woulda end up. Early morning for your tour woulda knock up. When you open it in a me, that you woulda look up. So you know say that me am some. This is not when fire have to catch up. So you better know me say who you can bad up. Why? And there's some little prayers you can bad up. When you see general degree you have to shut up. And there's some little fool you can bad up. When you say road, why you have to yourself? Me I wanna oh you a falla. You say the little prayers you him up in him collar. You never know him have a bad boy brother. Oh always a go out and a press trigger. Why? Now you find out see the boy you a holla. Tear drops it a run like river. You shouldn't judge your book by the cover. Hold on from the angle, it's hot like fire. You let it go fast to go down and shiver. People always say for your blood and go bitter. Before you do anything, you can hold it down papa. And you think you're bad, but you have man with father. You hear hunger some little prayers you can't bad up. When you say road, why you want to yourself? Hunger some little fool you can't bad up. When you see general degree, you are talk about to what the wickedness in the place. You are fires run from you in the nose and you are paid. You are walk up and down and find people in your face. That's who you have a little ratchet in your waist. Now you come back up in a road, boy. See they know him and treat you like that. You not stop the road, 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 you not.
Girl, when me day up on me heart, but girl, when me turn up real hard, when your body when me back it up, bounce pan it, fling it up, big but a girl, no fi push it up, part, push it up, part,
Espalda,
push it up, part,
espalda,
push it up, part,
espalda. Déjame ponerte de espalda,
push it up, part,
espalda,
push it up, part,
espalda,
push it up, part,
espalda. Déjame ponerte de espalda.
Mi cuerpo más bella, más fina que la tina más dura. Probarte fue mi cura. Qué tremenda cintura. Oh, oh, oh. Tú más bella, más fina, más fina, más dura, más bella. Que llega a las estrellas. Me hace la luna.
Cause I walked in the corner with the body steaming, God.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. A prayer. May we bury the guns like we buried the children. Say amen. Caskets the size of a child's body lay in rows. Grown men weep and mothers wear black. Mothers always wear black on these occasions. We will never forget the lives we lost. But the only difference between us is the number of cameras that follow the story. In Chicago, they'll call it a homicide. In Iraq, they'll call it collateral damage, but they'll call white cases a tragedy. And I hope you know not everyone gets that privilege, because so much of this world is starving in slums. Stories untold, no cameras with lips. There is blood, painting Flint streets, and all the red lines have been crossed in Syria. And right now, Ukraine's mothers weep to the sounds of raining bombs, and the children die in piles. The children, they die in piles. And so we pray that the stench will teach you about the nature of our streets. We know your tragedies. What will you learn about ours? May we bury the guns like we buried the children. Say amen. Soccer moms, say amen. Wives of Washington politicians, say amen. Mothers of the powerful, for God's sake, just say amen. Are your nightmares not bloody yet? Like Congolese women with machete gashes, no one can sleep because everyone is crying. We are standing outside your window praying you'll at least point your cameras at us. You lock your doors at night, but we are all afraid of this world. We are afraid of the men with the guns and the fire and the instinct to kill. We are afraid like mothers. Like Ukraine's mothers and Yemen's mothers and Syria's mothers and Afghanistan's mothers and Burma's mothers and Mexico's mothers and Baltimore's mothers and Chicago mothers and the mothers of children who are buried and the children whose mothers are wearing black. We will never forget the lives we lost. And so we promise when we have our children gathered around us, we will teach our children to pray for your children. We will teach our children to say, may we bury the guns like we bury the children. Say amen. Welcome back from intermission. I thought I'd make it light. I had a deep conversation before I stepped up here. And you know, I wanna say something before we dive into this next half, you know. You will see footage right now of people in war zones, and you will see that they find it in them to joke, and they find it in them to laugh, and they find it in them to love. And right now there is war. And I specifically want to mention that the owner of this establishment is married to Ukrainian. Her father's from Ukraine. There is a direct tie here in-house right now to what's happening overseas with the bombs that are dropping, and this is real life. This is real life. And you know what? You know why? You could still crack a smile. And it is not an issue because the human spirit is what they're trying to break with these bombs. It is not the people. It is not the buildings. It is the human spirit. And we will not let them break us. Am I right? We will not let them break us. Am I right? Yo! Let's keep it up. And, yo, I like where you're starting. And we're going to build that clap up. We're going to build that clap up for the next poet. Are you all ready? Are you all ready to reset the vibration? Let's give it up for a first timer on the mic, Keeley. Oh!
Just real quick shout out. She just had her birthday yesterday, y'all. So let's give it up.
Thank you, Betsy. So yes, this is my very first time to ever read in front of public. And this is my 40th birthday yesterday. And to let you all know, I had my Women's Monthly all over my dress 20 minutes ago. I rinsed this shit out and I got up on the stage. So here we go, and I want you here to just feel me, and here we go. Moments are short in this life that we know. When joy has arrived, meeting you, my friend, you have helped me survive. Some we have instantly clicked, others we have built and grown immediately and forever, or with our trials of maturity, to be open in our honesty, questioning our curiosity, for not judging, but yet understanding, always lifting each other up and revealing the harsh, hold on, and revealing the harsh, tough love, encouraging to be our best and pushing each other to the crest, always making it a hit and coming together to get lit. Our besties and my ride or dies to defend the evil that lies, to hug each other in sorrow when life gives us the horror. I love you, each of you, the way that you are. Every time spent has been above the par. Thank you for loving me, even when self-centered craves and obsessing of my selfish ways. Sharing our hopes, desires, and dreams, you have all helped me grow in ways you may not know. The fun we have shared, the love that has cared, hours of texts and calls, travels and experiences with laughter that has been paired. There is no one else that your role plays for me. I hope I provide the love for you, a shining light when you are blue. My heart for you is true, even if you don't hear from me and time is past due. I'm sorry. If you don't invite me, if you got the invite for me tonight, we currently are pretty tight, and I appreciate you. And you are my friend to the end. So grab your drink and grab that ass and let's cheer to have a blast, and cheers to you all. Thank you so much. I'm 40 and bitches, I'm bringing that boss bitch. Thank you so much.
Let's make some noise for the poet and the way the community stepped in. Yo, that's what community does. So good. And the smile on the that's the human spirit I'm talking about. One more time for Keeley, first timer poet with some damn great shoes and a beautiful dress. And thank you. Even the monthly interruption don't stop a poet, right? All right, I'd like us all to put our hands together for our very next poet. Who is coming to the mic? Let's build it up and invite D to the stage. Oh.
All right, so it's been a minute since I've been up here. My best friend always got me here. I'm always here to support, but I'm up here to talk today, so. Okay. Hey, Miguel from Coco. There you go. Okay, so I know this is like, we're celebrating Women's Month and, things like that. Let's hear it if you had a hoe phase. I feel like y'all ain't gotta hide because ain't nobody in this bitch to hide from. So if you had a whole phase, you had a whole phase, okay? All right, so as a woman, we tend to accept less than what we actually want sometimes. This poem was written during a time when I was learning who I was and after being in a situation that I felt defined me. You only know me by the light scent of lavender soap mixed with a little shea body butter. The softness of my skin as it rubs against yours while your positioned body posts on top of mine. You only know me by the arch of my back as you feel the warmth of my vaginal walls snugging around your shaft. Gripping and moaning, hair pulling and groaning, doing the only thing that we couldn't wait to do until we got grown and old enough to trust someone with our hearts and body. You only know me by the way my legs extend in the air. then pushing them back surprised at how far they go, causing you to say, damn, you're so fucking flexible. You only know me by the way I cope with my feelings, not understanding that you're only fucking me right now because I'm in the process of healing. You don't know me by the girl who struggles with trust and has insecurity so deep that before you think you're going to waste my time, I catch you just in time and stop fucking with you. Self-sabotaging my way out of a situation because there's no way you can actually feel a way about me like I do you. You don't know me by the girl that tends to accidentally overshare, that tends to accidentally overcare, that tends to actually think and fantasize how you would be mine and we would build these mountains and bridges to somewhere knowing damn well we're not going nowhere because I don't know you either. I know how you make me feel when your hands are rubbing down my legs, but don't know how you react and feel when the traumas of your past are causing you to drift off and revisit thoughts in your head. I know you when we are intertwined and when your body is mixing and moving with mine, but I don't know how you are when you get frustrated and distraught, worried or overwhelmed, how you deal with conflict. Do you fuss and cuss, or are you making the decision to just spit at that time because the way you deal with heat in the moment is not being in heat at that moment, or do you pretend to just be fine? I don't know about your fears and experiences and how they made you who you are today, and why you chose to make the decision of working in a field that constantly keeps you so far away from home. I mean, tell me, what the fuck are you running from? You don't know me, you just feel me. I don't know you, I just feel you. So let's end this before I start ducking you because I caught feelings and can't express them because I was only supposed to be fucking you.
One more time for the poet. I'd like to bring up the next individual to the stage. And this woman is also one of our featured readers for the day. A delight to have been able and to have had the privilege to teach this woman. I mean, I think I honestly walked away having learned more. If we could please build our round of applause for the next poet, Vivian, aka Notorious Viv.
All right. Hi. Yeah, I know, right? Okay. Vivian. That's my name. Vivian Wise. And I believe in the power of a name, right? The power of your name, because that's the first thing you got when you got here. And so I am Vivian. And I'm going to move in because it's my stage right now, right? Right? Okay, so whole outfit because I gotta do it. Thank you. Well, here's the other reason. I know, right? You know what? We'll hang out every day and I can teach you. Yeah, I love that. All right. So the other reason I have to kind of move into the stage is I have a friend here, and my friend made this dress for me. Yes. His name is Jonathan Blake, and he is very talented, I would say. Thank you. And I told him, I said, you know, I want a dress that is a man's suit. I want it made exactly like a man's suit jacket with the buttons on the wrong side because that's how they work. I don't know why men's shit is all on the wrong, whatever. But yes. So he did, and I feel powerful, and so I wore it tonight to do this. Are y'all ready? This is not new shit. This is old shit, but whatever. It's old shit. Yeah, because I'm old. Oh, shit, I brought the wrong book. Damn it. I'm taking up a lot of time. I have a road crew here. My mom, my dad, my friend Shannon. Yeah. All right, so here we go. No, I seriously moved in up here. And I didn't memorize it. I'm sorry. I can't do that shit. So, I know I can't do it. I worry about what's on the mic. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people who've been all up on this. And I guess I've been around too. What does it really matter? I can lick it. All right, here goes. Sorry, I know I'm a spaz. They call me histrionic. Can you imagine? You don't know me anymore. In fact, you never did. How could you? I only knew my name and nothing else. What people told me I was supposed to be became the part that I played. My personality fit the mood of the room and the people within it. I was an ever-changing colored chameleon, just trying to survive the hidden war that was always waged upon strange people like me. Nonconformists, no tribe orphans, repugnant, alluring, loved, and broken. Never enough, but always too much. What do you want? What do you need? I'll be the life of the party and your next queen. Life in the spotlight, smack in center stage. Everyone's talking, trying to rattle my cage. Notoriety brings sobriety, safety, and opposite of truth, but nobody knows the difference between popular multitude and solitary servitude. Just trying to survive my differences and my inability to assimilate. Can't do it. Always the actor, the star of the show. I claim the stage, saw my name up in lights, ever the pretender. I did it to survive. Because when the audience is your witness and the press your alibi, nobody can hurt you, rape you, or kill you in the safety of the spotlight and life in the public eye. Thank you.
We're going to applaud Vivian all the way until one more time for Vivian, please. Yo, we already talked. She's going to help me with my new wardrobe. So, yay. Thank you, Vivian. Let me hear all of your applause together. Yeah. I'd like to bring up the next poet to the stage. If we could get a round going for Camille Marie. Hey! Yo, the color coordination just happened. Yo!
Thank you. Aww. How y'all doing tonight? Y'all looking good? All right. Oh, thank you, boo. Let me pull it up here. So my name is Camille Marie. I'm blessed to be here. Thank y'all for having me. So, can I talk my shit for a minute? So it is Women's History Month, and I want to let y'all know about a little bit of my history. Give me a minute. Bloody, masculine fists bled with my DNA. Palms and fingers wrapped around until blue. Carpenter sharpened the knives, one in my leg, one in my thigh, and one in my arm. I died 6 feet above. No resuscitation, no hero, no I do, no God, no I do could save me, no red, white, or blue. Talking to myself like, damn girl, look at your face. Why do you stay? You don't need his money. You don't have no kids. Just run away. Leave today. How many times the police gonna be called until a body bag is taken away? How many times you gonna put on that makeup? How many times you gonna say you slipped or fell as a cover-up? When is enough enough? And see, I was running, going nowhere fast. He was my bad nightmare, my Freddy Krueger, my Jason. No more who I used to be. What bravery? No Maya Angelou. No, I can do bad by myself. No Rosa Parks stood in me. Afraid of my scars. No stranger to the dark. And see, no one will love you as you are. Fragile, bruised, broken, tainted. For many years, I was abused, and I still wanted to give you a baby or two. And see, them bitches cut me open because of you. Cutting, digging, like, is it her fallopian tubes? When the doctors finally told me it wasn't me, it was just you. Your Minutemen wasn't marching, your Minutemen wasn't swimming, the ocean was all dried up. Yet you made me feel like I was the broken one and I couldn't get it up. At least your burns weren't third degree. At least your sperm didn't become a part of me. Look at what you taught me. I'm still standing. And see, I was so weak because I could have ruined your life, Mr. Marine. Mr. Be the best you could be. But see, you got me because I was so weak. And see, you took advantage of me because I didn't believe in divorcing. Even after I found out about Shamika. Yeah, you was cheating on me. On top of that, you was putting your hands on me. Until one day I got home from work and yeah, you left the house empty. Nothing on the table but your wedding ring. You abandoned me in a state with no friends, no family. Truth be told, you did the right thing. Because see, you were my dream until God found me. Until I realized God followed me. But see, it was your bloody knuckles and my purple bluish eyes that blinded me. But see, what the hell did I need you for? God is my everything, my everlasting. And God said, a woman shall submit to a man, and thine husband shall lead. But see, God was not within you because last time I checked, leading does not make you bleed. So submit to who? Submit to who? A broken man from a broken home who's broke? Who could only give me one good stroke? Hell no. And see, no one will love you as you are. But my scars show I'm healed. And now I am me with no apology. I found my sanity, my heartbeat, my symphony. And it sings, isn't she lovely? I just want y'all to know I survived what should have killed me. Thank you.
Amazing! One more time. Wow. Damn. Yo, I'm super inspired right now. Amazing. One more time for the poet, everybody. Let's keep that going as we bring the next feature up on the stage. We got Marcia spoken. Woo, woo, woo!
Y'all give a hand for every female poet that came before me. Me and you might have been married to the same man. Seriously, on that shit. I am Marcia Spoken. Sometimes they call me auntie, soror, sister, cousin. But most of all, I am a mother. On November 2021, I turned 50 years old. Sometimes black don't crack. And I independently produced my own poetry CD because it doesn't matter how old you are. I'm a poet. I'm a fan of poets. So live your dreams. My mom's like, you got a degree to be a poet? Yes, I did. So give me a C. Give me a D. I don't have a CD, but you can download Built for This. Marcia Spoken on iTunes as well as Amazon Music. $10. If you ain't got no money, I'll take your social currency. Follow me on Instagram at Marcia Spoken. For my son, stop. Don't touch that, because you don't know where it's been. In a world where people exchange bodily fluids on the first date, we teach our daughters to save it. Don't let every Tom, Dick, and Harry penis hit. But what about our sons? Not raising a punk or a wimp, but isn't what our sons possess just as important to protect? So my dear son, choose wisely, for it will require great strength, a polite decline when you are the first one to say no, especially when she's beautiful, will fracture her ego, question your manhood, because what you possess also holds value. Your stock increases with time. Invest if you may, but let it mature. High-risk investment is for old folks. You are still young, so be conservative with that liquid gold. Don't be out here sowing your wild oats, trying to diversify your portfolio, for it will come at a great cost to your family. I'm not trying to hear nobody call me granny. It's about strategic growth. So be picky. You have within you a seed, plant wisely. Not every garden is worth watering, raising. You to be a fruit inspector. Look at her roots, not referring to the follicles from hence her weave is glued to, but her genetic tree. Where her mom and them from? Does she know her daddy? Hereditary traits. Does your core values match? Will she always have your back, Tammy Wynette? Does she come from good stock, or will she simply ride you like Houston rodeo? Stop. Don't touch that, because you don't know where it's been. Don't go around sipping from every cistern. What that dirt look like? Is it a red clay day? All soil ain't moist. Some of it be dry, inhabitable, oversaturated with worms. Stop. Don't touch that, because you don't know where it's been all over this earth. Can she respect a man or castrate with every word she say? Did she get it from her mama or her auntie? Son, here's what you must understand. What you possess, as I said, is liquid gold. And once dispersed, it has the ability to take on the multiplier effect. So use it wisely. Cursed be the day when a woman walks up to me and says, Marcia came over to my house, put his feet up on my couch, refused to cut my grass, take out the trash, and did have the nerve to ask me for a piece of... I'd rather start now, during puberty and adolescence. Pray I'm not too late. In a world where everything goes, when a man tells me he can hit it from the back quicker than he can get her to cook a meal from scratch. Stop. Don't touch that, because you don't know where it's been. Mom, you preach too much. Okay, boomer. Why you always got to judge? You are so out of touch with what? The world's view. Your mama be black, raised old school. I am not your friend, baby boy. We no longer regard our bodies as sacred, a temple, a vessel, counterculture. When we get on mics and say whatever we want to say, refuse to allow my child to be raised by this world's point of view, that everything is acceptable. It's not okay just to do you, especially as long as you live in my house. You're going to abide by these rules. One goal, prevent you from living in a trap house. It's drug-free, no birth control pills, just multiple eggs that she lay. Fertilized, now you are tied to her for the rest of your life. There's no morning after pill to take to remove the imprint that has been made. Soul ties last a lifetime. You don't want to share your body with anybody. A thin layer of plastic only covers your head, but provides no shelter for the storm that lies ahead that will attack your cerebral cortex, all because she was wet. Too much rain becomes a hurricane. Bad tattoos inked in your skin, dedicated to Eros, no agape, incubated by envy, gave birth to jealousy. A condom is not big enough to fit over a broken heart. Drilling this message into your big old head. And that's not a metaphor for something else. You really do got a big forehead. Physical intimacy should be shared between two, not 3, 5, 10, 15 sexual partners before you even say I do. I am what I speak. So I will be preachy. The wages of sin is death. I don't want you to end up like me, carrying the scars of multiple sheets from bodies that were never ever meant to be, explaining the logic of trust issues, checking my fiance's phone, and we only been married for 2 weeks. It's too late for me. I've already lived, regretted, and repented for my sin. But you, on the other hand, you can save it. Set the bar like Simone Biles' Olympic. Take your time. Find you a dime and not just a piece. Until then, stop. Don't touch that, because you don't know where it's been. I'm Marcia spoken. I'm sorry I had to be so preachy. Y'all can support me also. This is a new era poetry. It's going to be Sunday, March 20th. This is the Deaf Poetry Jam of Houston right here. I mean, it's going to be so many amazing poets there. I was impressed, and I'm a poet. They $25, and I take Cash App, Venmo, and Zelle. Thank y'all. I'm Marcia spoken.
I don't know if y'all heard the fire trucks outside, but I think they thought there was some fire in here. Right? Did I get the joke? Did it? Nah, it didn't land. Please, one more time for the poet. That was breathtaking. In the Islamic tradition, it says that heaven is under your mother's feet. That's a giant paradise that woman has built. Down. Whew. We're down to like the last 3 poets of the night. Yeah. Give it up to everything that's been happening so far. This has been profound. I'm very grateful. Thank you guys for letting me on stage and welcoming all the poets up. I'm really excited to introduce this next one. I've had the honor of sharing the stage with her once or twice. Please put your hands together for Ruby.
Scene. Thank you. There's been a lot of beautiful women on this stage without jackets. My name is Ruby, and I am iron deficient. So. I don't consider myself to be particularly gifted with music. In fact, I've never written a song before, but I do know a pattern when I see one. If sexual assault was a song, I think it'd be pretty upbeat and catchy with an opening like, another one, just to let you know that it's like, another one. If sexual assault was a song, I think that shit would be fire for like 3 days. Everyone would be tweeting and gramming and Spotifying like, girl, did you hear that song? And all the girls and the celebrities and the news reporters would be like, oh my God, yes. And I'd be like, yeah, hashtag me too. If sexual assault was a song, how long would it take before you got tired of hearing it? Would you turn it off on your drive to work because you're just not in the mood for that one right now? Would it sound like 1 in every 3 women or 1 in every 5 men? If the song played over every 2 minutes,
Would you think it's your radio that's broken or our culture? If sexual assault was a song, how long could you earn royalties from it? After all, sex has always been our #1 seller. Would you be proud to know just how many women will sample your trauma, support the perpetrators who pay to quiet your accusations? Or would you resent the way that history puts itself on repeat, turning chorus into headlines until we forget that we have been singing the same songs for centuries? And speaking of the same goddamn songs, if sexual assault was a song, I think it'd be a Christmas song, because people both want to and never want to hear a Christmas song, but we can all admit that sometimes it's what should be expected given the circumstances. In fact, you might even say that there's something familiar about it. You know what? It reminds me of home, of school, of alleys, of parks, of people, of crowds, of men. If sexual assault was a song, I think the men would sing it too. Hum it under their breath, shove it down into the pockets of their memories, rename it a blackout, rename it a hangover. What else can you do when the world's definition of victim does not include you? You know what? I want a new song. An anthem where the no does not have to be loud to be heard, with lyrics that don't make me afraid to have children. I want to feel the harmony between consent and lust, a melody that doesn't care what clothes I had on or how late it got. I want to think that we are all ready for a new song.
Amazing. Power to all the survivors. They say the greatest difference between a victim and a survivor is the story that they choose to tell. And it is very, very inspiring to have these women who come up here and choose to tell a story of survivorship. Please give it up again for Ruby, for all the oh my God, it's so overwhelming. And what a service to remind people of what's out there. And I thank you all for bringing it back and also making us laugh. Sometimes I think I really wish that I had access to weekly facilitated workshops that meet every Monday. I really wish that there was I could watch all the live streams of the live shows that happen here and the weekly features from wherever I am in the world. I wonder where I could get that from. I really wish that I had access to virtual poetry slams in Worldwide Poetry League, where we give out over $200 in cash prizes. What is this? Where can I find something like this? Wait a second. Here we are at Right About Now, a community that has been sustained by supporters like you. If you liked what you heard today, if you want to give it a shot, if you want to participate and get on the stage and tell your story and choose the story you tell, I would recommend walking to that table over there and, chatting up, sing what you can. At the very least, follow Juan Poetry on Instagram right now and stay plugged in to a movement. Like I said, this isn't just a subscription. This ain't no Netflix. There's human beings. There's breath behind this. So shout out to Right About Now Poetry, to Mir Safi, to everybody who makes this happen, man. It's incredible. How long has Right About Now been here? 8 years, almost a decade, man. That's incredible. So y'all know where to get the good stuff, all right? We have 2 more poets before we end the night, and I would like us to give the same warmth we've been giving this whole show as we welcome up Jeanette G.
Oh, snaps. Thank you. If I remember where I got it, I would have told you, but I don't remember. Sorry. Also, my name is Janelle G. Hi. Okay. Okay, so I wrote this poem back in November, and it wasn't until this year that I was able to finally write a healing ending. So, warning, it fucked me up then. It's going to fuck me up now. If someone was to ask me how I describe being sexually assaulted,
I'd use numbers. 12. 12 would be the age where I was no longer an innocent girl but became someone's prey. 12. 12 being the time that hell, which I only read in the Bible or saw on TV, became my actual reality. 2. 2 would be the number of days, 2 would be the number of times that I forced myself to throw up in hopes that his tongue in my mouth would be burned away from my stomach acid. 9. 9 would be the time at night he'd come into my room and spread my legs open and put his hands there. 10. 10 would be the years that it took me to realize that sexual assault, even though he never penetrated me. 10 being the number of years it took me to say, I am not okay after so many years of telling myself that I was okay when I was not. 26. 26 being the age where I was reminded that I'm still no less than a prey. 26 for the number of times I told him to stop, told him to no, told him to get off me, pressing my body up against him so that he would no longer penetrate me. 26 being the number where I realized that predators don't give a fuck when their prey is begging. 14. 14 would be the number of minutes that it took me to tell the police officer location, times, people, the whens, the whos, the whys, before he told me that there's nothing they were going to do. 14, for the reminder that no one gives a fuck about little Black girls or Black women who get sexually assaulted. 14, to remind me that no one gives a fuck about me. And when they try to tell me sorry for what happened to me and backtrack, I will tell them about the number 0. 0 for the number of fucks I'm going to give after this poem. 0. 0 to symbolize the hole in my spirit that I'm finally healing. 0 for the number of days, months, seconds, hours that I'm going to let my inner child suffer. And when I'm done telling them about the number 0, I'm going to tell them about the beautiful mathematical concept of infinity, for the boundless ways that I'm going to continue loving myself and fucking speaking my truth.
That was Janelle, everybody. Give it up for the bravery, for the courage, for the power, for the inspiration, for all the women this open mic. I hope your cup has been filled, but I hope there's just a little more room for one last poet. All right? Are we ready to welcome the last poet of the evening to the stage? Are we ready? Oh my goodness. Please give it up for Gabrielle Langley.
Good evening. Thank you so very much to Right About Now and to Amir Safi for inviting me to read. I am honored to be here. Did somebody say Women's History Month? This poem commemorates a young girl, a little girl who grew up to be a young woman in the early 16th century. She survived human trafficking. She survived the invasion of her country. And she did this And when that tribe gives you away as a gift to the Spaniards, you learn to conjugate. You find yourself face down on a Spanish pillow, So you spend that time conjugating all the new verbs. You learn how to bury your face in a field of marigolds. You learn to escape the smell of your own blood. The Spaniards and the Mexica, they are fierce. Warriors are always celebrated. But when a new mixed race comes spilling from between my legs, I will be blamed for surviving this war. You Spaniards bring horses and steel. You have watched Montezuma's priests use obsidian blades, slice through sternum, cut the still beating heart from a prisoner. But whose tribe is ever really strong enough or brave enough to protect the life of one small girl? My only weapon is the velvet edge of my tongue. I have learned to use what I have. I have learned to use both sides well. The parents who sold me away, they called me Tena Paul, the talkative one. My own children will learn to translate my name as traitor. But what no one will ever know is how the new words form in my mouth like sharpened stones, how I cannot wait to spit them out, or how the words I cannot speak have been scratched into the margins of this poem. Thank you.
Give it up for all the poets of the night. Give it up for all the women that you love. Give it up for the planet, for everything. Text your mama, text the ones you love. Thank you so much right about now. I would like to make a quick announcement. There is a mural that is going to be painted in support of our brothers and sisters and the ones struggling in Ukraine. And you have the opportunity to paint your hands and press on it and participate in the preservation of the human spirit. So make sure you come through and support this venue outside of just those Wednesdays. But thank you all for coming. You've been an amazing audience. My name is Emma. My name means hope, and I'm so grateful to have hosted right about now. We'll see you next Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Woo!
When I first saw you, I already knew there was something inside of